And welcome back, guys. We are here with our second match of the day. And I cannot wait for this one. Stormwatchers taking on Zynrg. And this will be a battle for Stormwatcher's second win and Zynrg to also break even on the season. I'm here again with the lovely man known as Raptor.
Hey guys, how's it going? Starting the second series here, definitely optimistic. It could be very entertaining or also maybe not entertaining. It will be hard to top that last stream. But definitely a lot of potential going into here. Pen, what are you seeing here with Stormwatchers?
Yeah, honestly, Stormwatchers have been looking a little rough this season, as we can see with the stats. And down at 24% win percentage, low goals, low shots, low everything. They're not league leaning in anything, not even saves when they've been on the back foot all these games, and they're letting in on average around 3.5 goals a game. However, they did take their first win, I think about 2 weeks ago, and they have been slowly but surely getting games off people. I'm pretty sure they took a couple games off their last week's opponent, and what they're going to look to do is take some games off Zynrg, if not win it outright today. And if you are Zynrg on the other side, you're looking at that middle area. You know that Dcrl just hit 4 and 4, and you're trying to reach that. You're trying to equal out with them, maybe get a sweep here, get your win percentage up, and so you're not in the bottom half going into the end of the season. What do you think about these two teams there after?
Look at these Div B team standings. Zynrg 3 and 4. We just saw a win come out of Juicer Alert, so kind of Zynrg has to follow this. They want to tie up with Zynrg. If they can get a sweep here, they need to bump that win percentage up. It could definitely come down to this game and how many games that they play for that position. Overall, I'm not seeing any crazy stats here. Like you said, not really winning the league in anything. Zynrg here. There's nothing really specific that's standing out, but I have faith. Looking at the roster, I have faith in this team. I think they can do a lot more than what they've been doing, and I have a lot of hope for playoff season here.
Yeah, honestly, we're gonna hop on over to Stormwatchers, and yeah, honestly, this team, they're looking a little bit better actually later into the season here. They started off extremely rough. It was not looking good, but V-Storm and Rickamus have been putting on a bit of a show in these last few weeks. And yeah, Huskers, I'm looking to see more out of him specifically. 18% shooting percentage. I'm looking for more. I'm looking to see all these players at least get up to 25-30%. And overall, I'm looking for more offensive pressure. They've struggled to get on offense, and they have been kicked to their back many times. And I think as we move later in the season, this is where some of these lower teams start improving, start getting higher, and start proving that they deserve to be in this division. They deserve to be in the position to win these games. What do you think, Raptor?
Yeah, like you said, honestly, looking at these stats, I'm not really seeing anything outstanding individually. I feel like there's definitely a lot of potential that could come out of this team, but they all really just got to show up, play Rocket League, play their best that they can to kind of prove they need to be in Div B. Looking at these names, I have heard them before. They definitely have potential to play well in Division B, but it seems like so far they really just haven't had the opportunity to show themselves. And it looks like this game might be one of them, playing against Zynrg here. Like you said, Huskers, I don't really know what's going on here, man, but I am kind of expecting more here. Goals per game at a 0.3. That's 1 goal scored every 3 games. Not amazing stat, but that is also very easy to turn around. If you have, a 3-goal game, that average can skyrocket. So definitely looking for more there. Overall, it looks like coming from like assists per game and goals per game, it looks like team involvement isn't really all that high. V-Storm it does look like he is able to set his teammates up with shots, but overall, I just think they all need to be more cohesive as a team. You just looking at these stats right away.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hop on over here to the Zynrg side, and I'm gonna let you take it, Raptor.
So looking at Zynrg here, I have watched this team play a couple times, and I'm definitely looking forward to it again. Looking at Silk right away, He is currently here now at SDSU, and just knowing how he plays, I've played against him, I've played with him a couple times. I really, have a lot of faith in him. Looking at Iowa American and Kier, if you take a look at that goals per game, 0.67 all across the board. This looks like a very well-rounded team. Definitely, you're going to be looking at shots from all three. I don't think the reason that none of them are higher than the others is because they're going to get shots from all sorts of them. There's not going to be one person you really have to watch out for, and that's really dangerous because you have to watch out for all three. Looking at the assists per game too, it looks like Silk does get involved quite often, setting up his two teammates. Kier as well, he's pretty close behind. The only thing really is I'm American. Maybe he just needs to be a little bit more of a team player. But overall, this really could be a really dangerous team. Looking at like saves and shots and just the rest of their stats, they're all really close as a team, which makes them all dangerous. You can't have one player you can lock down because the other two are just going to pick it back up. So it'll definitely be really interesting to see what goes on in this game.
Yeah, starting off, Kier was a bit of a liability, but he's worked his way into being a consistent player and a consistent man on this roster, putting up some good scores and some good touches, especially in the mid game. And the only stat league leading here is demoed a game by Kier. We'll see if that maintains and if people keep killing him, but we're probably gonna head into this game really soon here as these two teams look to take a good start here on this Div B matchup, and I'm gonna ask you for your prediction here, and I'm gonna remind everyone else that predictions are actually indeed closed, and we are heading into this match momentarily.
My personal prediction here, I put 2,000 channel points on Zynrg here. What is going on here? It looks like nobody is going right now. I am also confused. Oh, he says Kier is frozen. They are asking for a pause. Kier broke his setup. Technical issues.
We're gonna take it back to casters, and when we get that figured out, great to see that's the start of the first match.
Absolutely love that.
That's not exactly what you want to see, but it happens. Honestly, Rocket League, especially without the billion admin privileges that are given the devs, we don't get any of that, so we're kind of just stuck on the back foot, and player setups at home may not as be good as LAN setups, so well. But yeah, no, honestly, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm going to say my prediction, I'm going to take Zynrg in a clean sweep. I'm not going to lie. V-Santo and V-Storm on Stormwatchers, I want to get a little spicy here. I want to see Zynrg absolutely perform.
I think Zynrg is going to perform. I mean, I did put channel points on him. However, I don't think it's going to be a clean sweep. I think maybe the first two are going to Zynrg, but I think Stormwatchers is going to put one game up on Zynrg, but I do think it will be a 3-1 game. I don't think it's going to go to game 5. I honestly do not have a whole lot of faith in Stormwatchers, but I do think Zynrg might get a little overconfident in game 3, so I think Stormwatchers is going to pick up one. One thing that I would do if I'm Stormwatchers, seeing that red stat from Kier of demoed per game, you know that he's going to be kind of watching out for demos. Honestly, if I was Stormwatchers, I'm going to keep that stat going. I'm going to skyrocket that stat. If you can get one player to start messing up or, just really frustrated, and that can really turn around an entire game. So with Zynrg, with Kier already having that high demoed per game stat, they can just look to really quickly possibly make one player fall off, which is what Stormwatchers is going to need to do. They can't play against all three of these guys at the same time, so they're going to need at least someone to have an off game.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking for Stormwatchers to improve their standings overall, and this would be the game to do it. This is probably, I think, their lowest matchup they have left, and oof, it's not an easy one. The Zynrg side has been on a rampage recently. They took us down in 5, and they took another team down, if I'm not mistaken, 5 also. So they if you're Stormwatchers and you want to get a quick win here, it's got to be quick, and I mean quick. They got to get in and out there. But yeah, no, we're waiting on players to get back into here, as Kier had a system fail. His PC failed on him. But yeah, Raptor, I'm gonna ask you. You said you watched his Zynrg side.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the player to look out for specifically on either one?
That's a really hard question. Like I was kind of saying earlier, these are all really well-rounded players. But with me being, an SDSU student myself, I'm gonna watch out for Silk the most. I think he definitely has a lot of potential as a player, and coming from NDSU Pride, he does have some experience up there, and I really think he can put a lot of valuable information. He also is the most aggressive one of the team with 3 shots per game. I feel like there's gonna be a lot coming out from Silk. While he does have the highest shot per game with the lowest shooting percentage, I just think that he's gonna be a really fast player, gonna be putting on a lot of shots, a lot of offensive pressure, and I think shutting him down is gonna have to be vital for Stormwatchers. They're really gonna have to keep Silk, you know, off of their midfield, off of their the offensive side, if they want to at least have any sort of chance at keeping the ball out of their own net. So I'm definitely putting Silk on the Zynrg watch list. And then coming from the Stormwatchers, looking at this roster here, um, just basing off of stats alone, it looks like Rickamus Prime is going to be an offensive player. They're going to have to really, focus on him. And even then, like his saves per game are pretty high as well. So they're just going to have to watch out for him in general. His defense looks solid. He does have, I guess, tied for shooting percentage. He does put quite a few shots on. Not quite as much as some of these NRG players, but these shots are still there. So they're definitely going to have to watch out for Rickamus. But who knows? I really think Huskers is going to look to turn this game around, and I feel like he's going to have to really clutch up, and I think he will. I think you're going to have to watch out for both Rickamus and Huskers here.
Yeah, for sure. When I look at these stats specifically, I'm looking at I need Huskers to perform better. I need Rickamus to get a little more accurate, especially as a man who's known as a shooter. He's honestly, I talked to V-Storm I feel like a week and a half ago, and I asked him, hey, what do you think about your picks? How'd those go? And he's like, I would take Rickamus every other day of the week again. He loves playing with Rickamus, and he just wants Rickamus to start popping off, and he needs to see that. He needs to see that again and again here. But yeah, so we're gonna take another look over here at the Zynrg stats, and honestly, if I'm looking at anything, it's what I want to bring up to you, Raptor, is when I look between these two teams, honestly, assists are low. No one's like a standout assister except for V-Storm a little bit on his own side, but I mean that's just this is just showing that they're a very equalized gameplay. All of the assists being pretty equally, goals all the way, pretty equal.
Yeah, looking at these stats, it looks like a lot of solo plays are coming out here. There is not the highest assist per game is 0.52 by V-Storm. So, realistically, they really have to start playing as a team. Either of these teams, in order to compete in the higher leagues when coming into playoffs, they really just gotta lock in that team chemistry and really focus in on team plays. You can't solo play your way in threes. You can try, but once you get up to this this high champ, low grand champ play style, you cannot solo play in threes. It's really hard to do it in low champ. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, it slides a little bit more in Division C, but it's just as you get to Division B and even like up to Division A, it is quite literally impossible to solo play at this point unless you're Remzik himself. I'm never gonna stop glazing him, but it's just they're gonna have to start playing as a team. It's not they should start playing in a team. It's not they probably could start playing as teams. They absolutely have to.
Yeah, I can't agree more. So Kier's back in their call. Let's see if he's working his way back everywhere else. I don't see him quite in their cam software, but he's making his way. He's in the game. This is looking good. Yeah, so if I'm gonna release a poll here on stream. So we have with us tonight V-Storm Santa. To be honest, he seems to think that Christmas starts at the beginning of November. And so I want to know, does Christmas start at the start of November? I'm starting that poll now. I want to see what you guys think. But honestly, I don't agree. So it's entirely up to you guys. You guys get the poll. I'll check back on that in a moment here while we work to get these players in. And while if you guys don't agree with that, feel free to berate him for his Santa outfit as V-Santa in this game. Alright, looks like we have Kier back in, and his system is working. So, we are going to head into this match.
I think I'm on board with you, Pen. I do not think you should start decorating for Christmas until after Thanksgiving has passed, or even just December 1st, you know. Lord
Yeah.
knows. We all know that she's unthawing and will be out soon. Soon enough, the Christmas music will be everywhere. I've already started to hear it, and I am not a fan.
Yeah, and we start game one a little delayed, but we are all here and all ready to go as Cure Shiesty takes on V Santa.
You know, Silk honestly almost had that solo play that I was saying wasn't gonna fly right off the kickoff. It looks like a lot of aggression coming out right away. You know, Stormwatchers really has to prove themselves this game. I really feel like they're gonna have to be aggressive. They're gonna want that win, and Zynrg is gonna want it just as bad, if not more. You know, they really have to tie up following, you know, the previous win. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how aggressive these teams could get. I'm predicting a lot of high-scoring games, or at the bare minimum, high-shooting games. It looks like V-Storm almost gets the first goal 40 seconds in.
Yeah, something that I noticed when we were playing the Zynrg side is that they love bumps and demos. They've turned their play way more aggressive as we get deeper in the season, and it has worked for them. They honestly worked heavily against us. They got them 2 or 3 free goals that we just did not expect. But on this other side, I'm not expecting nearly as much aggression, specifically in bumps and demos. But I am expecting V-Storm and Rickamus to be playing as that aggressive duo. We're going to go back to that poll here, as it is pretty assuredly not November, when it's the start of November. My guess is most of the people here either started December or after Thanksgiving type people, and I respect that. But yeah, we back on the match. I mean, it's stayed pretty neutral so far. Very, very central based. No one really getting any like insane pressure, as an awkward touch by Silk puts Kier in an awkward position. But he's able to pull it out pretty well. American goes up. He's got the beat. Can he get something mid? Not quite. It was a great touch from American, but nothing quite falls for him. And all he's really doing is just
He's
stalling.
doing a great job.
Yeah,
he's doing a great job keeping it over here.
Ooh,
Oh
nice
my, what a
shot.
shot by Kier. Looking at those first 2 minutes of gameplay, we're seeing a lot of shots. We're seeing 5 shots already come out of Zynrg. Silk is being a very aggressive player. 3 shots out the gate. That will absolutely tank his shooting percentage with his 0%. But, you know, Kier was able to put that in his second shot. It's looking like a very aggressive game, kind of like I predicted from Zynrg here. You know, Stormwatchers is just going to have to try to keep up and really kind of keep that pressure on. You can't just give these guys open shots. Double kill by Silk and Kier. Will it lead to a goal? It sure will by Rickamus. That was a lethal double commit. They really just have to have that team confusion. Silk didn't really have a whole lot of boost. I'm not really sure why he went up there. But that was just something they got to watch out for. A lot of that team communication can lead to silly goals like that.
Yeah, communication is key. And honestly, if you're on this Zynrg side, you need to maintain good communication. They tend to cut rotations a lot more than other teams. So if they can't communicate, this is going to be really awkward for their play against Stormwatchers here. As V-Storm gets a nice touch over one. Silk clears it out wide. Silk goes to follow. V-Storm out of boost, goes to rotate. As American gets a nice touch in the air. Can he follow it up? Yes, he can. This floats back for Kier. He gets a touch off the backboard. Can he get 2? He can, but it doesn't roll in the net. Yes, it does.
Rolls in the net.
Kier with a brace to start off early in game number 1.
I am absolutely loving this coming from Kier. That was probably one of the slowest double touches I've ever seen go in the net. Great job by Kier, though. They really weren't expecting that. He's now 2 for 3. That is skyrocketing his shooting percentage, and I'm here for it. It looks like we're going to see a really aggressive game out of Kier. I think he's finally tired of getting demoed and finally tired of getting his shots blocked. So it looks like we're going to see a really aggressiveness come out of him. Silk, again, he's keeping the aggressiveness, but unfortunately he just can't get anything in the net. Coming down to 2 minutes of Rocket League left. 2-1. Let's see if Stormwatchers can kind of pick it up. Kier, what? Dude, what are you doing? You're just all over this ball. I'm loving this, Kier.
Yeah, they're all out of boost. Kier's in the air before they can even blink, and honestly, he puts it away for a hat trick, and this is just the Kier show and friends.
A hat trick from Kier. This is skyrocketing all of his stats. He's going to have a field day looking at the spreadsheet after this. You know, overall, it looks like he's just putting in so much work. He did finally did take MVP of the team over Silk with his 3 saves. I'm looking for a little bit more out of I'm American here, but honestly, as long as they're winning, I'm not too worried about it.
Ooh,
What? V-Storm, what a
V-Storm.
shot. Looks like a very high-scoring, aggressive game, just like I predicted. That was a great shot. And V-Storm, the Christmas theme, it's enough. The poll decided. Put away Christmas, at least for the rest of the month. Please, I'm begging you.
And just as I thought, as Zynrg were about to take the side handedly, V-Storm gets that shot on net, and now it looks a lot more feasible. We've got a minute and 20 seconds here to get one goal on net, and let's just hope their defense can maintain. That's been a weak spot so far this game.
Nice attempt by Rickamus, but unfortunately no one was there to follow. Let's see if I Am American can kind of do anything on their back corner. Let's collect. I'm seeing a lot of boomer ball here. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, you know, great possessions or shots. 3 of them. There's 3 Stormwatchers in the corner. That was a great opportunity for Zynrg to clear it out and potentially score, but it looks like they recovered relatively easily. Let's see if they can at least get something going. 50 seconds left. 1 single shot is all it needs to take into overtime and possibly change the outcome of the game. Huskers, oh, he gets the shot off. It does not go in. They're boostless. Oh, that's on their side. And Kier again is there for the cleanup. 4 for 4, Kier. This is a game for him.
Shooting masterclass out of that man, and honestly, it's kind of lined up beautifully for him by Silk. But even then, putting it home, that is not what you want to see. Stormwatchers overcommitted a little too hard in that corner, and Zynrg on their own half, not really expecting much out of them here as they overcommit, and it doesn't quite go.
Save!
I'm American with a pinch clear long. Silk at the touch up high, and V-Storm forced to air dribble it off to his corner.
I'm American. That was probably one of the coolest saves I've seen all night. Silk with the shit flip here. What is going on? Rickamus takes it in the corner. It looks like that's going to be the end of game 1 with a very aggressive come out from Zynrg.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Some people I've known have been trying to cut out Zins, but these people, all they're doing is cutting their rotations. This is insane. It's just unrelenting pressure against the Stormwatcher side, and they can barely get on offense. It looks like they have a lot of shots, but those were from a specific, like, 1 or 2 sets where they just got insta-saved every time outside of the goals that went in, and it was just rough. It did not look like they had any good offense, and against them, Zynrg, it was literally just the Cure special. He was just diming everything.
Kier was putting everything in that net. They had no choice. It really just great shots coming out of Kier. 4 for 5. That's just what a game. Putting up 635 points. You know, Silk and I'm American, they were really good on defense. 3 and 2 saves coming out of them. Really, that's kind of I want to say, I don't want to be mean here to American, but that's kind of all he did that game was just defense. Although those 2 saves definitely prevented Storm from catching up to him. Something that Storm's going to have to do is, while they are putting on a lot of offense, it's more quality of shots here versus quantity. They can put on, you know, all these shots all at once. That was 8 total shots, but, you know, if they just either go to the sideboard or get saved easily, those shots don't really matter a whole lot other than stat padding. So it's definitely going to have to be a lot more accuracy coming up from Stormwatchers here.
Yeah, and Raptor, I'm going to remind you, I'm American did more than you thought. There was that moment where he pretty much demoed and beat up the entire enemy team, and the ball, it didn't give him the assist, but the ball off his original touch rolled out mid, and Kier got his first shot for free off it. Still, starts off this game aggressive with a nice touch off the backboard, but no one's there to follow. Kier gets a touch up high. No one can quite cut it immediately, and Huskers gets to lightly air dribble it out, but this is just kind of like a bit of boomer ball to start the game off. I think this will change a little bit in.
Honestly, looking at last game, it was quite a lot of boomer ball the entire game. So I think I'm just going to predict a lot of boomer ball this series. It's just back and forth, watching a game of tennis, ping pong, anything you want to call it. We're just seeing a lot of back and forth. Silk is keeping it corner, kind of killing some time here. He is going out to mid with his full boost. Not really sure what he's doing here. Allowing them to put on a couple more shots. Huskers, is he able to put it in? Puts it wide. Definitely missed opportunity there by Huskers, but let's see if Ricky can put it in. What a shot by Rickamus.
Yeah, honestly, I think Huskers needs to have this. That first shot attempt, way too open. Rickmus, however, of a great pass from V-Storm shows why he's the shooter of this team, and V-Storm has the highest assist percentage. Just a great pass, a great shot, and no one on Zynrg was stopping it. And so we are one up in game number 2.
That was an absolute great play by Rickmus and V-Storm there. It looks like they're gonna have to keep playing like that. Keep keep that aggressiveness coming. And Silk, is he able to get one in? V-Storm is on defense. Definitely a lot of back and forth here, and I think that's just what it's gonna be. Great save by Rickmus. It looks like Stormwatchers is already having a better game than they were last one. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going and possibly get up, increase their lead this game and even get up a game. I'd really be interested in getting that up a game. Would make my prediction a little bit more accurate instead of a 3-0 sweep. Let's see if they can at least put something in here. Huskers could have committed on that. Let's see what they do in the corner here.
Yeah, honestly, if there's energy, you just want to start getting back on offense. You want to do what you were doing last game, which is pure special and friends. But a good pass here from American could start off well, but it launches over to the side, and Rickmus looks to clear. He gets one over. Does anyone turn into follow? He gets one off. Still gets a touch mid to American. Can American get there? Not quite. Huskers cuts it off. It starts to move out. He gets the touch to Rickmus. Rickmus gets touched from Rate. It was a good attempt. Honestly, that was a great passing play, but it doesn't come through. And now, Stormwatchers, after that download, put on their back foot. Can Zynrg get anything to go on this offensive pressure?
What I'm seeing a lot here is really a lot of tight-knit, close rotations by Zynrg. They really just don't let shots go through. While you can put as many shots past as you can on the Stormwatchers as they should be, but it doesn't really matter as long as Zynrg keeps those rotations close, which they've been doing a great job at. Overall, they're just not getting anything much past their midfield. They just keep those rotations close and keep aggressive. Down to about 2 minutes of Rocket League left. Silk has possession. All three of them are there. Let's see if they can put anything in. It's going straight down. Back out to Kier. Let's see if American. He doesn't jump. He doesn't know that Rickmus didn't have any boost. What a shot out by Rick. Silk, that's a great rotation. Let's see if he can cut it and possibly put a power shot on. Great save by Rickmus.
Yeah, I played with Silk quite a lot. We were on the varsity SDSU team together, and not gonna lie, he is so consistent and fast. It honestly scares me sometimes with the turns he gets and the touches he gets. This is gonna drop down low. Anyone to follow? Not quite. It floats up to Silk. He goes to backboard. This is dropping 2, but V-Storm sends it wide. An American collects in the center. Huskers on defense. He gets a nice touch over, but Kier's right there. Kier can get a ball mid. Instead, he chooses the demo. This is Smoke Tree and V-Storm, but he gets it out. V-Storm takes this down their side. 1 minute left. They're up by 1, and they're trying to hold this game on.
Going down to a minute left of Rocket League here. Zynrg has to do something. Almost an own goal. That would have been vital for Stormwatchers there. Let's see if they can at least put one in. You know, Stormwatchers has to keep this aggression going. They have to keep the ball. No! More out. It's still in their front of their net. They still have potential to increase their lead as long as Stormwatchers is able to kill this time and just pray that Zynrg doesn't get a crazy pinch or random 50 out. All they have to do is keep the ball here. They're playing a lot of boomer ball. I need to see some control out of Stormwatchers here. Zynrg is bringing it to their side. Zynrg has a potential. Silk! What a save. This is going to be a really intense last 30 seconds. Let's see if they can do something here or if it's going to go game 2 to Stormwatchers. They have a lot of potential. 25 seconds left.
Yeah, V-Storm able to get that clear. American cuts it off straight down to Silk. Silk puts a shot on target, but it's sent wide. Can they get a touch back mid? No, they can't. They're forced to go on defense with 10 seconds left. It's put in the middle. I'm American to follow. He whiffs. This is sent on net by V-Storm. Forced out wide by Kier. Is anyone there to follow it? V-Storm kind of delaying in the corner. This is floated out. Silk gets a nice touch up high, but it's sent back by Rickmus. I'm American not able to scoop it up, and Stormwatchers take game number 2.
Great game by Stormwatchers there. They did exactly what they needed to in the last minute and a half. They kept the ball aggressive on Zynrg's side, not giving them the chance to get out. They did put a lot of shots on net. Not a whole lot got saved, but you know, all they need is just keeping that momentum going. They need to keep the ball there so they don't get that unlucky shot on their own net, that was an absolutely amazing game to watch. Rickus really pulled it together on defense there. He does have their goal, 50% shooting percentage. That should send it up a little higher, hopefully. But a lot of saves coming out from Rickamus. You know, V-Storm and Huskers, they were still involved too. A save from each of them. A lot of great defense here coming from Stormwatchers. They just need to keep that defense going and add in a little bit more offense to really lock down this Zynrg team, which I definitely feel like they can do. But Zynrg, I think now from here on out, they're going to kind of adapt their play style and just get a little bit more aggressive, knowing that they're not just going to come here, get an easy game and easy 3-0 sweep. They're going to have to start playing their own game.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, except for the fact that honestly, if anything needs to happen here, I need to see a little bit more out of this entire Zynrg side to get effective offensive pressure. Shots were a little lackluster, nothing really on target outside of 1 or 2. Stormwatchers, a lot more creative, a lot more effective on their shooting. And to be honest, specifically Kier, he came out amazing game 1. He needs to do that again, or Stormwatchers might pull away with this.
Definitely, this game is vital to see who's going to take lead in the series. It very well could come down to a game 5, which I don't think it will. I think Zynrg might start getting their groove going. I think Silk needs to get, while he is plenty aggressive, he needs to start putting those shots harder for them to save. Being a lot of back and forth. That's all this series has been, and I'm really hoping for a little bit more control here. I'm looking for a little bit more just, you know, close possessions and passing plays instead of just hitting it back and forth, back and forth. But it has worked so far. Let's see if they can keep it going. Zynrg had a great first game, really aggressive. They kind of toned it back last game, but it'll definitely be interesting to see how they adjust that play style. Maybe get a little bit more aggressive like they were that first game, or if they kind of, you know, tone it back a little bit more, try to not let them score even 1 goal.
Yeah, I'm not mad if they try to go a little more aggro. What I need to see more is if they're going to go aggro, they need to communicate. A lot of double commits came out at the start of this game, and an attempt here by Rickamus sent off wide. It floats out to Silk. He tries to put one on target, but American accidentally blocks it. Huskers collects in the center. He's got boost, but he's dead. V-Storm hits it high, and honestly, Rickamus tries to knock down to somebody, but nobody's there, and American gets a nice clear to the backboard, almost put in on his own goal by Huskers. And that's a great touch out by Silk, but no one flies, and Rickamus will get a great clear wide. Yeah, no, I'm looking specifically at Zynrg. I need to see better communication. I need to see a cutoff of any double commits. And I need to see this effective cutting pressure that they were doing in the first match.
That was some great bump evading by Rickamus there. He was the only one back. It was the 3v1, and he managed to hold on. A really dangerous situation for Stormwatchers. If they want to stay ahead, or at least not fall behind, they need to keep those rotations clean. They need to not have 2 men upfield. It's looking like they're just going to collect in corner. I need to see a lot more, just while they are putting on shots, they need to be more accurate. They need to be harder to save. It's just putting, a random mid shot on net is doing just as much as putting it into their corner. So the one thing that I'm really looking at out of both of these teams is the accuracy and difficulty of their shots to save. They have to put something on. American.
Oh!
What a shot. That's exactly what I was talking about. Granted, he did put that right on V-Storm's noggin, but with such speed, 73 miles per hour. I'm not sure if you have it in KPH over there, but what a great shot goes so fast.
Yeah, no, I'm looking specifically at those players. I wanted communication. I wanted passing. You know what happened? Communication and passing. Fantastic, thought process from Kier to send it mid, and an even better shot from American to send it home. So far here, Stormwatchers look like they're on their back foot in game number 3.
Going into this game number 3, Zynrg with that lead out the gate. There are still half the Rocket League game to play. A lot that could happen, but Zynrg with this lead, it definitely helps. Silk is going to take it. Let's see if they can just kind of keep control. He tried there, blocked by V-Storm. Let's just see what they can do. What a great bump. Unfortunately, Rickamus was there to just send it back. Rickamus, what can he do here? Can it be followed up by V-Storm? Oh. What a save, Silk! Oh my god, I thought for sure that was going to be a tied-up goal there. Let's see what they can do here. Keeping it close, keeping it in their corners is exactly what they have to do. They got to recollect, get some boost, get their thoughts ready. Silk with a great flick. Let's see what Kier can do.
Yeah, Rickamus being an offensive master here with V-Storm, just trying to get something towards the net, some type of pressure. And it's going well, but he's forced to cut off a lot of rotations to do so. And so storing out the rotations of his team, creating a bit of defensive stagnation. V-Storm gets a pinch off Kier. It sends long. The Silk whips the save, and V-Storm gets a free goal.
That was a ghost touch on my screen. I was just about to compliment Silken on these 3 saves. It looked like he had it. It looked like he was going to get another one, but yeah, he just couldn't reach it. That was a great shot by V-Storm. He was so far away and managed to shoot it on the net. What a sniper goal, tying up the game with 1:18 seconds left. It can go either way here. This game very well could decide how the rest of the series goes. They definitely need to, Silk is doing great on defense, but he needs some offense here. I'm American and Kier can do all the work. It looks like that's all. He almost had that. It's definitely interesting to see what this last minute of Rocket League is going to bring. Silk is staying on it. Doesn't have a lot of boost. Shoots just wide. Kier, we need something coming here from you. We need to see that first game Kier come back out. I'm American. He has it right past him to Silk. Back to... It's just so much ping pong here. My head's getting dizzy from looking back and forth. Let's see if Kier can kind of collect. Takes the boost. Opts to leave it to Silk to put it to the wall. Back to V-Storm. He's really aggressive here. He doesn't have a whole lot of boost. Definitely interesting that he's staying so close to the ball. Who went up? That's a double commit. Kier, what a save! 30 seconds. That very well could have just saved them the game. Kier needs to kind of follow. V-Storm puts it back. Silk needs a touch out. I'm American. Please, just bang this to the corner works, but on net would have been nicer. Okay, let's see what you can do. You're challenging V-Storm. That's Rickman. It's not my bad.
You're good. No, this is aggressive play with 10 seconds left. I'm American trying to follow this out. Trying to put a goal on net before overtime hits here. He gets a touch mid. It's up high. Kier, it's on net, but V-Storm sends it wide, and it's going down. We are in overtime in game number 3.
What a great last minute of Rocket League. Both teams had a lot of potential to score, but that was some amazing defense that came out. Let's see, is it going to be a quick overtime goal, or is it going to be a long, dragged out overtime? We'll have to see. Not sure where Silk is going there, but banging into their corner. There's a lot of, potential for open shots that they're just not taking there. There's a lot of corner bangs here. There's a lot of different hits to the side, just wide of post. I think one thing that could really help both of these teams out is accuracy from a distance. Just these sniper shots. We saw it from V-Storm. These sniper shots, while they're on a rotate, could very well mean open net. What a save by Silk. His defense, he has 5 saves this game. He is going crazy on defense. Minus that one missed open save. He's very well keeping this team together. Kier is able to do something here. Puts it over. American, can he follow? Their defense is in shambles now. Let's see if Silk can kind of get it back to mid. Good clear away by Ruckman. Back to their corner. Lucky that didn't go in.
As touch goes high, straight to Silk. Silk sends it wide. Rickamus receives in the middle. He's playing into their corner. Can he get something to pinch out mid? He goes low. It falls out. Huskers goes to receive. He gets a touch. It delays in their half, but I'm American just pops this nicely up high, ready for Kier. He tries to knock it down, but Silk's not pushing up quite yet, so this one's going to float. V-Storm misses the save, and Silk gets the goal!
Oh my, that was such an unfortunate miss from V-Storm. Over the course of the game, he's had 3 saves. I was so surprised he didn't get that one. That was so fast as well, 62 miles per hour. That was a crazy game. That was a very entertaining game, and it very well looks like we're having some server issues from V-Storm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that looked a little rough. We'll work on getting we'll work on getting a new server here. I want you to talk about the stats though.
All right, looking at these stats, Silk had quite an amazing game on defense. 5 saves coming from him and a goal. He's just overall, I think he's my player to watch. I think he's very entertaining and even just very skillful as well. They can't get the ball past him. He did allow the 1 goal coming from Storm Watchers by V-Storm, but unfortunately they couldn't really do a whole lot about it. Even then, I'm American. Really put on, a nice show there. He had 49 ball touches along with his goal. Really was able to clutch up that game. I'm definitely looking for a lot more out of Storm Watchers here. They really need to tie this last game in if they want to keep this series alive. Yeah, I'm looking for Rickamus. He gets a lot of shots, but he needs to be on target. And
start off. He needs to get something going early. If I'm Stormwalkers, I want to start off running, because honestly, they can hold a lead, but they can't hold a 0-0 lead. There is no lead to hold. So Zynrg looking to get a goal here early, looking to start off fresh and get themselves up and ready to move in for a series win here. They are a match point.
The trend that I'm seeing in this series that whoever scores first ends up winning definitely has a lot of potential. If Stormwatchers can get an early goal on that, very well could be the series. And it looks like they will. Huskers is able to score 36 seconds into the game. That's exactly what Stormwatchers needed. That was a crazy overcommit from Zynrg. They just weren't back in time. That was a great capitalized by Huskers, allowing them to bring them up 1-0 36 seconds into the game. We'll see if they can extend that lead or at least hold Zynrg. All they need to do now is hold on to their defense, keep the ball out of Zynrg's hands. Otherwise, someone like Heroes might just come up and put something on our net. Silk doesn't quite have the shot, shoots it to the corner. It's back out to mid. There is potential here from our American. 3 misses.
Yeah, V-Storm launches it wide, but it's straight to Silk. Silk receives, sends it high. Can you get another one? No, great clear from Rickamus, but Kier cuts the rotation immediately. Huskers tries to put something on net, but American literally didn't even have to move for it. And Rickamus tries to follow it up, but doesn't go well. The man out of Augustana has been having a bit of a rough game. He can't get anything to go. His touches are a little awkward, but that one floats into their back line. Awkward for the opponents. And this sits mid. V-Storm unable to get anything. This flies back into the orange hat.
Like I was saying, there is just a lot, so many double quits coming out of both of these teams. They could really tie it together if they just keep that communication going. And it could be because of something as simple as mic delay. It could be, players playing too similarly. What a shot by Huskers! Up 2-0. He is 2 for 2 right now. This could be his game. This is amazing. I'm absolutely loving this from Huskers.
Yeah, honestly, Huskers looking amazing. I'm not going to lie, they have been looking better and better and better as this game goes on. Zynrg need to find an answer here. They're up 1, they can afford to lose this game, but they can't afford to lose the momentum in the entirety of it, or they will look really poorly heading into this final match, if it falls all the way there. Again, there is a lot of Rocket League left after.
Yes, there is 3 minutes left. We'll definitely have to see how these last 3 minutes play out. Although with a 2-0 lead, Stormwatchers really has a lot of potential here to go all the way to Game 5. And Game 5 will have to be one hell of a game.
Something you can't do is miss corner touches. Huskers, a little awkward there. It looked a little rough, but they were able to work out of it. Still, gets it clear. It's on net. It's a double commit in the air. This is going to float mid. Someone's got to put something hard to reach and on target. It goes a little high, and nothing's going to fall here quite yet. I'm American, tries to send it back mid. V-Storm gets a nice touch to his own corner and tries to send it out. Stoke there to follow. Not a good enough touch out of that, and Huskers gets a great clear with Rickamus following.
Yeah, that was definitely a great clear out. It looks like going back over to the blue side, Zynrg really has to bring in their offense, and it looks like they might. So it doesn't quite get the shot on. That was a great 50. It's looking like the ball is staying here. V-Storm does get the clear with Rickamus enforcing it.
Yeah,
2 minutes with Rocket League.
Zynrg trying to hold on here with 2 minutes left. They need to get a goal at the bare minimum. They got a minute per goal here right now, mathematically, but they've got 0 negative almost offensive pressure here as they're stuck on their back line aggressively. This ball floats high in their half. American not able to get a good touch on it, but Silk follows it up beautifully and gets the goal. They are 1 goal away from tying this up in game number 4.
What a great shot by Silk. He had the boost, he had the position. All he had to do was front flip into it. That was definitely a great capitalization by Silk. Let's see if they can do it again with a minute 36 left.
Yeah, this is getting close. It's on the wire. Stormwatchers looking to find their second win of this series and second win of this season. And they're looking to go to Game 5 here. They have been playing their hearts out this match. This is a great touch in the middle by Rickamus. No one able to follow. Silk twists the touch, so does Kier, so V-Storm gets to collect in the corner. He tries to send something mid. American pitches it high. Huskers and V-Storm both overcommit, but it doesn't quite fall. And Kier sends it to their corner. They stay alive just a little bit longer.
That was some great defense by Zynrg. I thought for sure someone from Stormwatchers was going to be able to, lock it in for a 3rd goal. But it looks like they just couldn't quite get something in. Let's see if they can be aggressive enough to get a 2nd goal here. What a shot by V-Storm. Unfortunately, American is fast enough to get there.
Yeah, I'm American. Looking solid, but he's dead now. And V-Storm runs through their line. They're trying to hold this 1-goal lead, and it's looking a little rough as the offensive pressure has not been in their favor at the back end of this game. This touch, V-Storm collects on the backboard, V-Santa unable to get anything really to go except for Huskers. Gets a nice clear out wide, and American immediately cuts the rotation. Oh, here!
Oh
what
my
a
God.
shot!
That was a clutch and a half from Kier. 70 miles an hour. That's so fast. No one could get back for that. Even Rickamus knew as soon as he jumped, he was not getting that. That was a crazy shot. 24 seconds left. Let's see who takes it in the last 24 seconds.
Yeah, Kier Shiesty with a 9-piece mid at 112 kilometers an hour. That's insane. Here it comes. Stormwatchers need something to go. They can't let one come in here. As the shot goes on, it's sent out wide, just barely. I'm American behind this ball. Sends it high again. Is anyone there to follow? Not quite. V-Storm taking it into the far side corner. This is sent mid by the opponent's inside. This is sent off target, and we are in overtime in game number 4. Stormwatchers looking to pull something off here to send it to game 5. Zynrg looking to close out this series.
This is pivotal for Stormwatchers. They need to pull something together. Huskers is having one hell of a game. They really just need some offensive luck to come out from either V-Storm or Rickamus. Silk misses. It's so close. It's just hovering in front of their side. You know, in this 2v1, Kier is the only one back. This is going to be such a great overtime. You know, they really need to close out this series. Zynrg does. And they're just fighting for their life right now. Their defense is going absolutely crazy with 5 total saves. Stormwatchers aren't far behind. They have 4 saves. This is a great defensive matchup, and offense is just as good. It'll definitely be interesting to see how this game ends.
Yeah, I was saying it before. I want to see more out of one singular player on the Stormwatch side, and I think he needs to perform if they want to win this game. His name is Rickamus. He's just touched the ball, and if he can do something here, I feel like they're going to take it home. V-Storm collects in the center. He goes for another touch. He gets it. American pings it off the top of his own car. And Rickamus tries to send this mid. This float's a little dangerous. Huskers gets a touch up high. Kier doesn't get the defensive touch, and Huskers gets a follow. No one's able to put it in, and this floats down to V-Storm again. They're trying to get something to go here. Stormwatchers held off for the moment.
What a great defensive play by Zynrg. This is absolutely crazy. So many shots coming out from Stormwatchers. They had 10 shots. Zynrg barely holding on here with their defense. I'm American. Can he get something going? It's in their corner, back onto the orange half of the field. We need some offensive luck to come out from Zynrg if they want to take home this series right here and right now. They really don't want this to go to a game 5. They cannot let it go to a game 5 because anything can happen game 5.
Yeah, no, Stormwatchers just want to send this away. V-Storm puts a shot on net. The Silk sends it wide. This is floating. Rickamus quick to follow. This is floating mid. Anyone there to follow? V-Storm is, but it's not on target. This falls down again. Huskers, low boost, but he's sitting on the side. Gets the touch up high. Can his teammates be there? No, Silk's there first. And V-Storm has to collect in his own corner. Get something to go here. He's around 2, but Americans staying home. It's a great touch to their own corner. But nothing comes to it. Honestly, this has been a very, very, very one-sided overtime, but it doesn't end that way. A Silk sends it home, and Zynrg takes it in 4.
What an amazing game by Silk. 2 goals, 4 saves, and 5 shots. This was his game of Rocket League. He will be happy about how this ends. And sending Stormwatchers home with another loss.
Yeah, Zynrg improved to 4-4 on the season. Stormwatchers fall down to 1-6. They have one more game to play, hoping to pull a second win out of the season. However, they looked fantastic that game. Honestly, all in all, Stormwatchers improving regularly through the season, and I think that if with a little more effort and a little bit of luck on their side, they might do well in this playoff.
I'm seeing a lot of positive movement there. That game in that entire series. You know, Stormwatchers started off rough their first game, but you know, games 2 and 3 were they were great. But Zynrg did clutch up. Honestly, that game could have gone either way in game 5. That was the only option for Zynrg. Stormwatchers has been improving, you know, all of these games, but unfortunately they could not finish it. Just really great game by everybody involved. I do not think it was a dominant performance by really anyone. Zynrg just had it closed up on defense and a little more aggressive offense.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that was a fantastic game. We're gonna pull them in here though, as they took their game here and they improved to 4-4 on the season. How are y'all feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
All right.
Rolling.
We're feeling good.
Honestly, I'm just happy y'all won. I really needed Kier Shiesty to beat out V Santa. That was my goal for that game, and it came true.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
All
Zynrg,
right.
you had an absolute great performance, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna send my first question off over to Silk. Silk, you improved to 4-4. You're even on the season. We're heading into playoffs. How do you feel? How do you think this is gonna go?
How do we think playoffs is gonna go?
Yeah.
We're qualifying. Plain and simple.
Hey, confidence
We're gonna win
is
it.
key. And
That's the truth.
I'm gonna send it over to Kier next. Kier, your first game was a masterclass. The Kier 4-goal game that went crazy. How do you think? I heard a couple people say that they thought it was a little weird to have you up in Div B. How do you respond to the haters?
Honestly, you're doing something right when you have haters, and for all I know, Kier Shiesty got it on lock. I trust the boys; they trust me. That's all I can ask for. And to all the haters, it is what it is. If you succeed in life, you're doing something right. So
Fair enough. Raptor, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let it off to you. Send him some questions.
I think my first question is for the Shiesty Sorcerer himself. That first game, what possessed you there? You were what, 4 for 5? That was some crazy shots. I don't know what was going through your mind during and after that first game.
if it wasn't for Soak and American, once again, they'd fed me the ball, they trusted me, and I just happened to put it in the back of the net. Also, shout out my PC, because I think my PC crashing definitely made me think like, oh my gosh, they're playing right now as I'm trying to reboot. And I was super locked, but if it wasn't for those two, I wouldn't have put up that score that I put up.
All right,
Fantastic.
Right
glad to
on.
hear it. I got a question for Silk. Defensively, you were going absolutely crazy there. There was so many saves coming out for you. Is this third man role, is this kind of what you're used to, or is it more of are you playing a little bit more aggressive? I did notice a lot of aggressiveness coming from you today. What would you say is kind of your primary role of the team, and how do you play around the other two?
I just try to fill space. I try and just make room for these guys, make sure they're filling, their roles and filling their space. And that's really what I feel my role is. Really, I'm just trying to enable these guys. So, as a captain should.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna send one question off to American before we say goodbye for the night. I'm American. I have noticed you guys slowly but surely improving as weeks go by here. What do you think has changed about y'all's playstyle, and how do you think you're feeling personally going into playoffs?
That's a good question. I think we just kind of gelled with each other. Like I said after our last game, we just kind of throughout the season we figured out how to lean into each other's play styles a little bit more. So that's kind of really what's benefited us. I mean, we're on a 3-game heater now, so I feel like we're doing pretty dang solid here late. So yeah, I feel like we've got a pretty good shot to go on a run these playoffs, especially with how we've been playing late. Yeah, I think we're a very solid team.
Nice, nice, nice. And I'm gonna reach back and be like, how do you think you played today?
How I definitely could have played better. I had a solid series, but there's always stuff to improve on. But yeah, I think as long as the team wins, I'm happy. That's what I'm looking for. As long as we get a W on the board, that's what matters.
Sounds good. And congrats, guys, on that win, taking it to 4-4. You guys are even on the season. We saw Juice Alert do that earlier. You guys are now equal Juice Alert, and I'm pretty sure Durats. I'm not. I'll have to look back at that, but yeah. Congrats, great win, guys, and we're gonna send you guys away so we can send it off.
Yeah, I
Right
appreciate it.
on.
Perfect.
Thanks for
Yeah,
casting.
thank you guys.
Thank you,
Of
boys.
course.
Have a
See
great
ya.
night, boys.
Yeah, you as well.
Raptor. We're gonna pull it back to just us, you and me. One street away, and we had a good night tonight. Honestly, 2 amazing games. I feel honored to have these streams tonight. How you feeling?
I am also absolutely honored. First time back on the casting screen since last semester. Those were very entertaining games. I'm lucky to be absolutely blessed with some great content just from, all 4 of those teams. They all played their hearts out tonight. Unfortunately, there are only 2 winners, but it was just overall absolutely amazing to watch. I really enjoyed just being there, watching these teams, play as well as they could.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we're going to be saying goodbye. Thanks for stopping by and watching us tonight. We have many more streams coming up as playoffs kick off in this next week or so. Thank you for watching us either alongside or instead of Thursday Night Football. And all in all, everyone have a fantastic day. Make sure to use code DCRL if you use the item shop in any type of Epic Games game. And have a fantastic evening. We're signing off. Any last words, Raptor?
And I really just have a great night, everybody.
Good night.